Wednesday night yoga. Welcome to my spare bedroom for yoga flow. I hope you're all well. I hope you're enjoying the sun. So tonight we're going to be working quite a lot on hamstrings. Oh, I think I might have gone live before I was ready. Welcome to Yoga Flow, Wednesday night yoga. I hope you're all well. I hope you're enjoying the sun. Tonight we're going to be working on hamstrings and core strength. So quite a lot of planks. If you do have any wrist injuries, then come onto your forearms for some of the planks that we're going to be doing. You might need to grab a strap. Pressing down belt, dog lead, skipping rope, anything that you've got that kind of resembles one of these. I'll get started in a couple of minutes, and then we'll stretch our hamstrings. So we're going to start laying down. So whenever you're ready, if you want to just come and lay down on your backs, we'll get going. If you do want to grab anything for your shavasana, if you want blankets, cushions, anything like that, feel free to grab those. Just going to try and block out this little tiny bit of sun that is going to shine right in my eyes. Okay. So if you've just put on your YouTube and you're ready for some yoga, then just grab yourselves or what you might need is a strap, dressing down belt, anything that resembles one of these, so you can just strap it around your foot for some hamstring stretches. We're only going to use it for the first one. If you've got quite a flexible hamstring, you might not need one. And I have got an option without the strap as well, so you can use your hands if you've not got anything nearby. So don't feel like you need to run around and get something. Grab anything you want from your shavasana, cushions, blankets, etc. And we'll start laying down. So coming onto your backs. There's a couple of options to start. You can either just start in your traditional shavasana, so legs out long, come in and lay down on your back. Or take Supta Baddha Konasana with the soles of the feet together and just let the knees collapse down towards the side. So this is just going to bring a bit of a passive stretch into the hips. Let me just check. Cool. So we are ready to go. So you're not close in your eyes, just getting comfortable. So take any movements, any last adjustments that you want to take. So as I said, we're working hamstrings. So just see if you can start to soften into the leg. Just let those legs be heavy, whichever position you've taken. And then we'll start, as we always do, just settling into the mat. So just letting the body start to become heavy, bringing your attention to your body, to the space that you're in your body. Get used to the space that you're working in. You can either have your hands on your belly, or you can drop the hands down by the side. Take a couple of deep breaths in and out through the nose, out through the mouth, just in your own time, making them as big or as short as you want, as feels good for you. If you haven't already, closing the eyes here. Just start to soften the forehead, soften the jaw, so letting the face become completely soft. You might even just want to have the jaw slightly open here, just to completely relax the mouth. Letting those shoulders become heavy. And then just let the hands and the feet, wherever they've landed, wherever you've naturally placed them, just fall, become heavy. So our body's out to the side and it becomes a little bit too much, then feel free to just take a break, come into Shavasana, and maybe come back into it if it feels comfortable. So we are going to start to get a little bit more control over our breath here. So starting to make those inhales a bit deeper, starting to make those exhales even deeper. So we're really starting to slow down the breath here. Using the inhales to get the air into the belly, get the air into the chest, making yourself as big as possible, so getting as much air into the belly as possible. And then using those exhales to let yourself be as heavy as possible. So letting all of the air to the body, just letting the body completely relax, completely melt into the ground. Noticing how the breath is feeling as you start to take a little bit more control over the breath. So maybe it feels quite rigid to start with. Maybe it already feels quite fluid. There's no right or wrong way of breathing. We're just trying to find a bit of control over the breath. If you do have Ujjayi breath, or if you want to give Ujjayi breath a go, then it's just a slight constriction of the back of the throat. So it starts to create this audible whispering quality to the breath. So you try and keep that back of the throat just kind of engaged a little bit through the inhale and through the exhale. And that is going to start to connect that Ujjayi breath. Sounds a bit like Darth Vader, or like you're breathing through a straw, or like the ocean, whichever one you pick. So we'll take about 3 deep breaths exactly as we are. So just focusing on your breath, finding a rhythm of breath that works for you. Really focusing on slowing that breath right down. From here, we're going to start to wake up again. So if you had your knees out to the side, just place the hands underneath the thighs. Draw the knees up, and then we'll all take a long pencil stretch. So taking those legs out long, taking the hands up overhead, making yourself as long as you can. So pointing the toes, stretching the fingers, really extend. And then just start to draw the knees back into the chest. So you're giving yourself a hug. Draw those knees up towards the armpits, hook the hands around the shins, and then just start to rock gently from left to right. Just giving yourself a self massage, just pressing that lower back onto the ground, rocking from left to right. Start to get into those hamstrings. So place the sole of the foot flat onto the ground. Keep the right knee bent to start. And we'll just take a couple of rocks from left to right with that left knee. So just moving in circles, around in one direction, changing directions, moving in the opposite way. And then we will start to extend that left leg up to the sky. So if you're using your strap, fall, so just underneath the toes, and then start to lift that left leg to the sky. Don't worry if you don't have a strap, you can place the hands behind the thigh, behind the shin, or super flexible people, catch hold, extend that leg, engage that quad, and as you exhale, just start to bend the left knee, drawing the left knee in towards the left armpit. So we inhale, extend the left leg up to the sky. We're going to do 3 of these in total, so 3 more. Exhale, squeeze left knee into left armpit. Last, inhale to extend, really find that breath here. Exhale, draw left knee into left armpit. Last time, inhale, extend that left leg and then hold it here. So you're just going to take a stretch for the back of that left leg. Keep that quad engaged and keep the feet flexed. So you're trying to draw the left toes back towards your left knee. Option 1, stay here. Option 2, place your right hand onto your right hip. Press the right hip into the ground and start to extend that right leg out long. So you want to make sure the reason we're pressing that right hip down is so that we don't start to lift the hips off the ground here. You want to anchor the very top of your butt, so the very base of the spine, where the tailbone is. You want to press that into the ground here. So try not to let the lower back peel off. With every inhale, try and lengthen that leg. With every exhale, it's just a slight creep of the left toes towards the chest. So we're just starting to get into the back of that left leg here. It might feel tight. If you do got a running, it quite tight, so don't worry if they are tight in this position. Take one more full inhale. And as you exhale, start to bend the left knee. If you have the strap, unhook the strap, and then we'll place the left sole of the foot back onto the ground. So keeping that left leg bent. Draw your right knee up, give the right knee a hug the knee into the chest, and then just start to take a couple of circles from left to right with that right leg. So just moving in one direction. And then switching directions, going the other way. And then whenever you're ready, placing the strap on the very base of the right foot. So just hooking it underneath the ball of the foot. So just underneath the toes. And then start to extend that right leg up to the sky. You can either hold the strap with both hands or catch hold of it with the right hand here. Inhale, bend in the right knee. Squeeze the right knee in towards the elbow, armpit. And you exhale, extending that right leg all the way up into the sky. Inhale, draw right knee into right armpit. Exhale to extend the right foot up to the sky. We've got 2 more. Inhale, draw right knee into the chest. Exhale to extend that right leg up. Last time, inhale, right knee comes into the armpit. And as you exhale, extend that right leg up to the sky. Holding it here for this hamstring stretch. So keeping the quads engaged, stretching the back of that right leg, flexing the right toes back. Option here to place the hand onto the hip, left hip, and then start to extend that left leg out long. So we're feeling into the back of that right leg here. Keep squeezing the thighs. With every exhale, try and connect back in with the breath. With every exhale, we're just creeping the toes a little bit closer towards the chest. Keep breathing. I'm going to take another 2 full cycles of breath here. You should have done it from the other side, but feel free to keep bending that right knee here as well, so it doesn't have to be perfectly straight. On your next exhale, start to bend that right knee. Give yourself a hug. Draw both knees back into the chest, so both knees are bent. We are going to take a couple of glute bridges. One is a normal glute bridge, so the first one is normal. Place the soles of the feet flat to the ground. Make sure you can feel the heels. Keep looking up to the sky as you inhale. Press the feet into the ground. Lift the hips up. Keep the chin tucked here. So try not to let your head move around. Keep looking up to the sky. Keep the arms as they are. Keep squeezing your butt. Holding it here for 3. Sit bones tucked under. Core is engaged. 2. Squeeze the legs together. And 1. As you exhale, just start to lower the hips and the butt back down to the ground. So for this next one, we're going to start to extend the legs out long, placing the heels onto the ground. So the straighter your legs are, the harder this is going to be. As we inhale, we press the heels down, start to lift up the hips. You should instantly feel those hamstrings start to turn on. If you can't feel it, make the legs a little bit longer. Squeeze your bum. Option 1, stay here. Option 2, start to hover the left heel off the ground. So just a tiny little bit off the ground. Ooh, feel the burn. 3, hips up. 2, and 1, relax. Bring your bum down, bring both heels down. We're going to do exactly the same thing as you inhale. Heels press into the ground, lift up the hips. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the belly. Hover the right heel just an inch off the ground. Keep lifting those hips up for 3, breathe. 2, and 1, relax. Bring both heels down to the ground. Draw your knees into your chest. Give yourself one last hug. Forward and backward. Then we're eventually going to hold it in this position. So just keep rocking forwards and backwards 2 or 3 or 4 times. Feet underneath the thighs. Chest lift. Squeeze the knees together. And release the hands off the legs. The hollow body hold. So as you inhale, lift the chest up. As you exhale, we're going to start back down to the ground. Start to extend those legs out, but as soon as your lower back starts to arch, just hold it there. We're only working between these 2. Inhale, snap the chest up, butt close. Exhale, extend the legs out long, bringing the lower back down to the ground. If you want to, bring the hands up overhead as well. Inhale, coming up, butt close. Exhale, extend those legs, bring those hands up overhead for a challenge. We've got 3 more. Inhale, coming up, butt close. It's easier if you breathe. Exhale to extend the legs out, finding that low body, hollow body hold. Arms come up overhead if you want. Last 2, inhale, come up. Exhale, extend those legs. Arms up overhead. I've lost count. I think we've got 1 more. Inhale, come up. Exhale, extend those legs out, keeping that core engagement, lowering the belly down slowly. Last time we inhale, come up. No butt, hollow body. No, wait, hang on. Butt close. Hold it here. Keep breathing. Lift the chest up. Squeeze the knees for 3, 2, and 1. Option 1, make your way to a backwards and forwards. Like you're doing a backwards burpee. Enough momentum to bring you up to Utkatasana, chair pose. So we're standing up. You might need 2 rocks. You might need 22 rocks. Doesn't really matter as long as you get here in some way. So in your Utkatasana, tuck the sit bones under, lift the pelvis up, flatten out that lower spine, bend the knees, sinking into the heels, draw the shoulders down, lift the arms up, chest lift. We breathe, take a full inhale in. Be completely heavy over those legs here. You might want to make the feet a little bit wider, so the feet want to be about hip width apart. Hands can either just come straight onto the ground, or you can take hold of opposite elbow and just start to gently rock from left to right. So really allow that lower back to soften, to loosen here. You can have a rounded back here if it feels comfortable. I know we usually want to work with straight spines, but for this one, let them here. If you'd like to, you can start to bend one leg, straighten the other leg, starting to warm up the backs of the legs. We're going to be doing quite a bit of work for those hamstrings. Just notice how they feel right now, and then we'll check back in with them at the end. Start to straighten both legs, maybe keeping a micro bend in those legs out. Drop down to the ground. Moment. So your head wants to be the last thing that comes up. Shoulders are soft. And then when we get to the top of the mat, when we get to the standing position, draw the shoulders up to the ears. Roll them all the way down and back. Take an inhale, hands come up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Bring the fingertips down towards the inhale, halfway spine, look forwards. As you exhale, both hands come down to the mat. Step back into your first plank position. So we're going to hold it here in our high plank. Option 1 is to drop the knees down. Option 2 is lifted. Option 3, we're going to start to add in a little bit more core stability work. So keep looking to the front of the mat. Press down into the hands. So just check that the shoulders haven't started to retract. You want to really press the hands into the ground, rounding between the shoulders. With an inhale, hover the right tiptoes a centimetre off the ground. So not a big lift. It's only a slight lift, but keep breathing. Hold it here for 3, 2, and 1. Drop the right tiptoes down. This time we inhale, lift up the left tiptoes. Hold it here for 3, 2, 1. One more time each side. Inhale, right tiptoes, left. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release. Last time, inhale, left tiptoes, lift for 3, 2, and 1. Drop both feet down. Drop the knees down. Hug the elbows into the side of the body. Lower hips and chest down. Onto the toes. Inhale into your Sphinx position, keeping the forearms down to start. As you exhale, chest comes all the way down to the ground, hands underneath the shoulders, toes tuck, thighs lift. We press up into our plank position, and then we'll send our hips up and back, finding our first downward facing dog. Just taking a couple of movements in this first one, so bending the knees, bending one leg, bending the other leg, pedaling it out. Shake the head, shake the ankles, shake the wrists. Just find any movement in the first downward dog that feels good for your body. A wrong way of moving in this first one. We're just warming up. So taking any movements. And then when you're ready, start to find stillness in your downward facing dog. Walk your hands to the back of the mat. So you might need to bend the knees quite a bit here. Try and keep the hands down for as long as you can. When you get to the back of the mat, bring the hands to the shins. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, forward fold, just taking the stretch a little bit deeper, maybe holding behind the ankles. We inhale, halfway lift, look forward, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold and even deeper still, trying to keep the length in the spine. Try not to round the 2. Inhale, halfway lift, look forward. Exhale, forward fold. Last time we inhale, halfway lift, look forward. As you exhale, bend the knees, place the hands onto the ground, walk out, finding a plank position. Inhale into your plank. As you exhale, either with the knees on or off the mat, hips and chest lower down, hook the elbows into the side of the body. Unjug the toes, inhale, chest lifts, keep those shoulders down. As you exhale, chest comes all the way back down to the ground, toes tuck, thighs lift, press up into plank position, and send the hips up and back, downward dog. Or if you'd rather take a child's pose, knees come out wide, feet together, bum comes back towards the heels. So that was our last compulsory vinyasa. The rest of them are completely optional, so you can skip out as many chaturangas as you'd like to. We're going to get straight into it. If you're in your child's pose, make your way up and back into your downward facing dog. So with an inhale, reach your right leg up to the sky, lead with the right heel, and keep the right foot flexed. So you want to have square hips here. Try not to let the right hip stack open and keep both hips level, keep both shoulders level. Inhale, come up onto your left tiptoes. Come up high into that left tiptoe. And as you exhale, we're going to do 3 more of those. Inhale, left heel lifts. Exhale, lower that left heel down. Keep the right leg lifted. Last 2, inhale to lift. Exhale, left heel down. Last one, we inhale, left heel lifts. Exhale, lower that left heel down to the ground. This time as we inhale, we sweep our right knee as close towards our right elbow as you can, finding a plank position. Hold it here. Your option 1 is to drop the left knee down. Option 2 is to keep that left knee lifted. Inhale, draw that right knee close towards your right elbow. And as you exhale, staying in your plank position, we're going to sweep that right foot back and hover it off the ground so it's not going to come down. Inhale, right knee to right elbow. We've got 3 of those. Exhale, sweep it. Try not to put that right foot down. Last two, really work with the breath. Inhale, right knee, right elbow. Exhale, step back into your floating plank. Last time, inhale, right knee, right elbow. Exhale, step that right foot back into plank position. Both feet come down to the ground. Drop both to the right hand side. So we're preparing for our side plank. Option one, stay here. Option two, drop your right knee down. We're all going to lift our left arm up to the sky, finding our first side plank on the right side. So you want to make sure that your right shoulder is stacked over your right wrist here. You're reaching up to the sky and your hips up. If you want a challenge, start to hover that left leg up here as well. Hips up even higher. Hold it here for 3, 2, and 1. If you have both knees lifted, we're all going to drop that right knee down. Hover your left foot if you haven't already. Reach your left arm up overhead and feel the stretch down the left knee, left elbow. Make yourself as small as you can. Inhale to extend. Really flex that left foot. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Breathe in. Reach left arm forward, left foot back. Last two. Exhale, left elbow. Inhale to extend. Last time we exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale to extend. From here, drop the left foot down, drop the left hand down, making your way into your plank position. Send the hips up and back, left foot. This time as you exhale, swing your left foot all the way through to the front of the mat. Left foot replaces left hand. Pull as much as you need, and then we'll drop that right knee down. Taking it in, hands come up overhead, finding a low lunge position. So we really need to squeeze our glutes here. Checking in with your alignment, making sure the belly button pulls back to spine. Right, inhale here one more time. As you exhale, press through the left heel, send the hips backwards, finding your half split position. Drop the left foot down, reach the hands up overhead. And as you exhale, pull the hips back, drive through the left heel, folding into that left leg. Just find your own breath. Don't worry if you're having any sensations in the back of the left leg. Keeping the movements slow. Breathe in to reach up. Breathe out to stretch that left leg. Moving with control here. Inhale, hold in your lunge position, squeezing your bum. We're going to bring the hands to the hips. Tuck the right toe, lift up the right knee. Taking all of the weight into that left leg, lean forward into the left leg, and then slowly start to lift up that right foot, finding a warrior 3. So we're in our balance. Focus on something that's not moving. So find your drishti. Make sure that those hips are square. Squeeze in the butt. Try not to fall, but don't worry if you do fall. So option 1 is to keep the hands on the hips. Option 2, bring the hands out in front if you've got the space. Don't worry if you don't have the space. Option 1 again, stay exactly as you are. Or on your next exhale, crunch your right knee to your left knee, making yourself into a little ball, bringing the hands to your chest. We inhale, reach the arms up overhead, extend that right leg back. We've got 3 more of these. Exhale, coming into that little ball. Inhale to extend. Exhale, coming into that ball. Make yourself as small as you can, bending both knees. We're nearly done. Inhale, extend. Last time we exhale, coming into that little ball, making yourself as small as you can. Last big inhale, send the right foot back, reach the hands forwards. With control, drop your right tiptoes down behind you, reaching your arms up overhead, finding a high lunge position. So just checking in with the alignment here. Left knee wants to stack over left ankle. Glutes are engaged, sit bones tucked under, and then just have a slight bend in that back knee. So our hands, option 1, the hips. Option 2, back of the hands comes to the base of the lower spine. And 3, into our right hip flexor a little bit more here. Take an inhale, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, slowly start to lower that right knee down, so it's about 1 centimeter off the ground. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, slowly lowering the right knee down. So it's about an inch, centimeter off the ground. Inhale to come up. Last two, we exhale. Lower the right knee down with control. Inhale, coming up. Last time we exhale, lower that right knee down. And bring it all the way down to the mat. Both hands come onto the outside. Both hands frame the left foot. So bring the hands down to the mat. Step your left foot back to meet your right in your plank position. Option to move straight back into downward dog. Or move through your vinyasa. You're moving through vinyasa. Hips and chest lower down. Untucking the toes to lift up the chest. Exhaling to bring the chest all the way back down to the ground. Tucking the toes under. Sending your hips up and back. Finding downward dog or child's pose. Taking 5 deep breaths with whichever variation you have gone with. So use this time to focus on the breath. Use this time to grab a drink if you want to. Just noticing how the body is feeling right now. I can hear some music. I don't know if anyone else can. It's very weird. Okay, so we're not going to stay here for too long. If you're in your child's pose, make your way up and back into your downward facing dog. We're exactly the same thing on the left-hand side. So with an inhale, extend your left leg up, flex the left foot, lead with the left heel. So those hips are square, shoulders are square. On your next inhale, come up high into the right tiptoes, lifting up the heel. And as you exhale, lower the right heel down. We've got 3 more. Inhale, right heel lifts. Exhale, right heel lowers. Last 2, inhale, right heel lifts. Exhale, right heel lowers. Last 1, inhale, right heel lifts. Try and stay with me. Exhale, heels come down to the ground. Keep that left leg up in the sky. Inhale here. And as you exhale, we'll sweep that left knee as close to our left elbow as you can. Coming into plank, shoulders stack over wrists. Keeping the hips low. As you exhale, send the left foot back into your floating plank position. Try not to put that left foot down. Inhale, left knee, left elbow. You can drop that right knee down if you need. Exhale, sweep that left foot back. 3-point plank, floating plank. Last 2, inhale. Left knee, left elbow. It's easier if you breathe. Exhale, sweep that left foot back. Last time we inhale. Left knee, left elbow. Try and stick it out. Last one here. Exhale, step back, plank position. From here, drop both heels over to the left-hand side. Prepping for your side plank. Option 1, keep the feet as they are. Lift up the right arm. Option 2, drop the left knee down. Wherever you are, focus on lifting up those hips, squeezing the glutes, reaching the arm up to the sky, and making sure that that left shoulder is stacked over the left wrist. If you want a challenge, right foot is going to hover. Breathe into this. We will hold it here for 3, 2, and 1. If you haven't already, drop that left knee down. Start to lift up your right foot and reach your right arm up overhead. So you're getting this stretch all the way down the right side of the body. You're more than welcome to stay here. Or we inhale, extend, exhale, crunch right knee, right elbow. Make yourself as small as you can. Inhale to extend. Breathe, exhale, crunch right knee, right elbow. Last 2, inhale. Reach your right arm up overhead, extend your right leg long. Exhale, crunch into that little ball. Last time, inhale, reach your right foot back, right arm up overhead. Exhale, crunch right knee, right elbow. Last one, inhale, extend right foot, right arm. From here, we're going to drop our right foot down, drop our right hand down, find your way into your plank position, and then send your hips up and back, downward dog. As you inhale, right leg lifts, lead with the right heel, flex the right foot. Exhale, sweep the right foot all the way through to the front of the mat. Replace the right hand with the right foot, using that hand to pull you through as much as you need. Left knee, is going to drop down. We inhale, lifting the hands up, finding a low lunge here. So squeezing the glutes, get that alignment, hips are tucked under. We're breathing from here. As we exhale, send our hips back, press through the right foot, finding your hamstring stretch. So we're just going to move through those 2. We inhale to bend into the right knee, hands come up overhead. Breathing out, send those hips back, straightening that right leg as much as you can, flexing those right toes, bringing the hands either to the ground or taking them behind. Don't worry if you're not in time with me. Find a rhythm here that works with your breath. If you want to close your eyes, you'll feel free to do so. It will test your balance quite a bit as well, so maybe give it a go, see what happens. Just feeling into the back of that right leg with those exhales, driving through the heel as well. So the more you press through that right heel, the more it's going to add a strengthening element to this as well. The next time you come into your inhale, hold it here. So we're in our lunge position. Start to bring both palms down to the ground. Tuck your left toes, lift up that left knee. Using your core strength, hands come to the hips. You know where we're going. We're going to take off into a warrior three. So start to take all of the weight into that right leg and slowly start to lift up the left foot, finding your balance in your warrior three. So get that set up. Do not worry if you're falling. If you're falling, just come straight back into it. Have a play around. Really concentrate on something. Find something that's not moving. Keeping the core strong. Left foot flexed. Hands can either stay on the hips or bring the hands up overhead. Option one, stay here. Option two, inhale to reach and extend that left foot back. Exhale, make yourself into that little ball. Bringing your hands in towards you as well. Inhale, extend. Left foot back. Reach forwards. Exhale, crunch left knee, right knee. Coming into that little ball. We've got two more. Try and stick it out. Inhale, reach forward, extend back. Exhale, crunch. Make yourself even smaller if you can. Last one, inhale to reach. Exhale to extend, exhale to crunch, make yourself small. Last time, inhale, extend that left leg back, warrior three, with control. Start to bend your right knee. Our left tip toes are going to come all the way down to the ground. We inhale, hands come up, high lunge position. So just get your alignment here. Right knee stacks over right ankle. Hips tuck under, squeeze your bum, belly button draws back to spine, and just start to take a micro bend in that left knee. Options with the hands, you can either keep hands on the hips, you can bring the back of the hands to the base of the lower spine, or interlace the hands, squeeze your shoulder blades together, draw the hands down towards the floor. Inhale, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, our left knee lowers slowly, about an inch or a centimeter off the ground. Inhale, slowly coming up to standing. Exhale, lower left knee down, working with the breath. Taking our time. Inhale, coming up. Last two, exhale to lower. Inhale to come up. This time as you exhale, moving slowly, we're going to drop that left knee down. Bring both hands to frame the right foot. Step your right foot back to meet your left in your plank position. Moving straight back into a downward dog. Or move through vinyasa in your own time. Work with your breath. You're more than welcome to take a child's pose here as well, if you'd like to. Listen to your body. What does your body want? If it feels tired, feel free to take a child's pose. It's already Wednesday, so you might as well. Don't know what that means, but anyway. Find your breath, making sure the shoulders are soft. Okay, so from your child's pose, if you were in your child's pose, make your way up and back into your downward facing dog. We're going to start to walk our hands to the back of the mat. So walk the hands towards the feet. Keep the feet as they are. Try and keep the hands on the ground for as long as you can. When you get to the back of the mat, bring the hands to the shins. Inhale, halfway lift, look forwards. So just check here that your feet are hip width apart. If they're not, you might just want to make them a little bit narrower. So shuffling the feet in a tiny bit. We're going to come into a deeper forward fold hamstring stretch. So options with the hands are keep the hands on the shins or take the two-piece fingers and hook the two-piece fingers onto the inside of the big toe and the thumb, big thumb, don't know what I'm saying, thumb presses down onto the big thumb, the thumb presses down onto the big toe nail. When you get there, inhale, halfway lift, look forwards. And as you exhale, draw the elbows out to the side. So you're finding this really deep hamstring stretch. You can bend your knees as much as you need to here. The main thing to think about, as always, is having a straight lower back. If your back is rounding, that is going to stretch the spine, which we don't really want to do. We want to stretch the hamstrings and strengthen the spine. So the more you can lengthen, the more it's going to add that strengthening into the back here. Drive those elbows out. We'll take 3 deep breaths. So you don't ever really want to be still. With every inhale, you want to think about lengthening the spine. With every exhale, you want to think about deepening into the backs of those legs. It might feel super tight. That is completely normal. Breathing in and breathing out. Full rounds of breath here. On your next inhale, look forward, straightening the arms wherever you are. As you exhale, we're going to start to walk back forwards into our plank position. So finding a plank, a strong plank. Option to move through a vinyasa if you'd like to. If not, send your hips up and back, downward facing dog, and we'll all meet in our downward facing dog. So working with the breath. We've got one more mini sequence to work through. It's not that hard, she says. When you have finished your vinyasa, make your way into your downward facing dog. Take an inhale, extend the right leg up to the sky, flex the right foot, lead with the right heel. As you exhale, we're going to bring that right foot all the way through to the front of the mat. Right foot replaces right hand. Keep the left knee lifted this time. Press through your right foot, take an inhale, coming all the way up into a high lunge. As you exhale, bring the hands to the hips. So from here, we're going to drop the left heel down at a 45-degree angle. So we're in a warrior one position, square off the hips, pull the right hip back. Options with the hands, keep the hands on the hips, bring the back of the hands to the base of the lower spine, or for the full variation of humble warrior, we're going to interlace our fingers, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Wherever you are, take an inhale, lift up the chest, keep that right knee bent. As you exhale, we're going to start to fold forwards into the center of that right leg. Arms come up overhead. Keep pressing down through the outside edge of your left foot. Keep pulling the right hip back. Make sure that your right knee stacks over your right heel and breathe. We're just going to hold it in this position. If your right goes to your right leg, then maybe just shuffling that right elbow, that right shoulder onto the inside of your right thigh. Breathe here for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, bring your body up all the way to the center. Keep the arms as they are if you can. We're going to step our left foot halfway forward. So both legs want to be straight here. Check that the feet are in 2 track lines, so your feet want to be hip width. Legs are straight, thighs engaged. We inhale to lift up the chest. Exhale, forward fold. Finding a pyramid stretch, so a bit of a deeper stretch for that right hamstring. Keeping that lower back straight. Keeping those quads active. And making sure that you've got equal pressure between both feet. So you want to press into that left foot. Square it off the hip. So pull the right hip back to the back of the mat. On your next inhale, come up about halfway. So you're just leaning into that right leg. Interlace the hands. Our left hand is going to come onto the right thigh or the right shin. I'll just spin around. Our right hand is going to come out to a T. So our left hand comes across, right arm comes out to the side. Inhale, look forward, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, twist up towards the right fingertips. So coming into our twisted triangle. Keeping the spine straight. With every inhale, lengthen the spine, look forwards a little bit more. And as you exhale, try and twist up towards that right shoulder. So you're leading with the right chest. You're leading with that right shoulder. You should be able to see your fingers. It's a difficult position. We're stretching the hamstrings and we're also getting a twist into the T-spine, the very top of the back here. On your next exhale, slowly start to take the twist out of this position. Bend the right knee, hands come onto the hips. We're going to make our way into our warrior 3, but we've got a bit of a narrower stance this time, so it might be a bit more difficult, or it might be easier. Take all of the weight into that right leg, and then start to lift up your back leg. Warrior 3, finding your balance. Ignore your right hamstring, your quad. They're going to not want to do this, but we're just going to power through. So breathe. Try not to grit the teeth. Try not to frown. Flex the left foot. Make that left leg as strong as you can. Okay, so we're going to start to bring that left knee up to the chest, bending the left knee. Get as close towards your chest as you can without using using your hands out long, flexing the left foot. Ooh, feeling that left quad. Inhale, bend the left knee. Exhale to extend. Last one, inhale, bend the left knee. Exhale to extend, get that left leg higher. Point the left toes. Can you lift up that left leg? Rotate your knee to the left. Keep lifting. Can you straighten your right leg? Hold it, hip the leg up higher. Breathe. 2, higher. And 1, release. Bring the feet together. Give your legs a little bit of a shake. Inhale. Feet come together. Reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Lengthen through the spine. Exhale, both hands come down to the ground. Step back into your plank position. Inhale into your plank, and as you exhale, move to your downward dog or move through vinyasa, completely up to you. We are nearly done. We've just got that sequence, that mini sequence on the left-hand side, and then Shavasana time. The reason we're all here. So once you have completed your vinyasa, make your way up and back into your downward dog, and then we will move straight on to that last side. So with an inhale from your 3-legged dog, lift up your left leg. Lead with the left heel, keep the hips square. Flex the left, draw it up to a high lunge position. Get that alignment, belly button pulls back to spine, glutes are engaged, hands come up overhead. From here, draw your hands to your hips and just step the right foot, drop the right heel down. So it's that 45-degree angle. Warrior 1 position. Draw the right hip forward and keep bending into that left knee. Options with the hands can stay on hips. Back of the hands can come to the base of the lower spine or interlace the fingertips. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Set it up for your humble warrior. We inhale to lift up the chest. As you exhale, starting to fold forwards into that left leg. Keeping both feet pressed down into the ground, bringing those arms up overhead. If your shoulder is near the left knee, then maybe shuffling that left shoulder onto the inside of the left leg. Making sure those hips are square, so pull the left hip back. Keeping the right leg active and strong. Try not to grip the mat with the toes here. Press through the heels for balance. Keep breathing. Use this time to slow the breath down for 3, 2, and 1. Inhale. Bringing your body up to the center, keeping the hands as there if you can. Just take half a step in with the right leg. So the feet want to be in the 2 tracks. They want to be hip width apart. Inhale, lengthen the spine, stand up tall. As you exhale, forward fold, folding over that left leg. Keep those quads engaged. So you should feel a deeper leg here. Keeping those hips square. So pulling the left hip back. Try to move that straight back. With every exhale, lengthening the spine, and with every exhale, think about deepening into that left leg a little bit more. On your next inhale, pull up about halfway, place the hands onto the hips. We're going to start to bring our right hand onto our left shin, and our left arm comes out to a T. As you inhale, look forwards, lengthen the spine. The right hand can also stay on the left thigh here. So we're inhaling to look forward, and as you exhale, twisting up to the left-hand side. So we're getting this deep stretch on the back of the left leg, and we're also getting this rotation into the spine as well. So you might be feeling a shift for balance. Think about squaring the hips. So pull the left hip back. With every inhale, lengthen the spine. With every exhale, twist. So we're never still. We're always moving. That's why it's hard. Working with your breath. Breathing in, breathing out. Shoulders are soft. Leading with the left fingertips. Leading with the chest. So your fingertips want to be in line with your chest. On your next exhale, start to bring the twist out. Hands come far in the left hamstring. Coming all the way up. Warrior 3. Holding it here, find your balance, flex the right foot, activate that right leg. You can keep a bend in the left knee here. Core is active, hands on the hips with an inhale. We sweep the right knee all the way up to the chest. Get it as close to the chest as you can. You know what's next with an inhale. Start to extend that right leg. Step back here. Start to extend that right leg. Keep lifting up the foot. Inhale, bending the right knee. Right leg forward, flex the right foot. Lift it up a bit higher. Last one, inhale to bend. As you exhale, extend that right leg out in front. Point the toes, lift the knee up a bit higher. Hold it here for 3. Ignore the legs. Give the legs a little bit of a shake. So coming back to the front of the mat, toes together, heels slightly apart. With an inhale, our hands come all the way up overhead. As you exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, both hands come down to the mat. Step back into your plank position. Inhale into your strong plank, and as you exhale, either moving through vinyasa or skip it, coming straight back into downward dog, or finding child's pose. We'll take 5 deep breaths. With whichever variation you have gone with, the hard bit is done. Yeah, just starting to slow it down, cool it down here. I've got one last little bit of stretching, and then it's Shavasana. 5 minutes away, nearly done. Okay, so from your downward facing dog, just start to drop your knees down and swing your legs off to the side. We're going to come and lay down. So placing the soles of the feet flat onto the ground. Just taking your time. Hands come alongside the legs, rolling down one vertebra at a time. So moving with control. You might need to grab your strap. Yeah, straps. Okay, when you get onto your backs, take the legs out long, take a pencil stretch, make yourself as long as you can. Arms out long, legs out long. And then from here, we are going to bend both knees and place both soles of the feet flat onto the ground. So we've got the same stretches that we did to start with, but hopefully you're going to feel a little bit warmer. So we'll start with our left leg. So draw the left knee into the chest. Just give it a little rock from side to side. And then from here, option 1, you can use your strap. So hook the strap onto the very base of the left foot. If you don't want to use the strap, you don't have to. 2-piece fingers are going to come onto the inside of the left big toe. If that is not available, place your hands behind your shin or behind your thigh. Wherever you are, on your next inhale, start to extend your left leg up. Make sure that your tailbone hasn't started to lift. So you want to anchor the very base of your spine, the very top of your bum, onto the ground. Option to stay here with the right leg, or start to extend that right leg out in front. Use that right hand to press the right hip down, the right thigh comes down. So we're going to stay here for about 3 deep breaths. With every inhale, can you activate that left leg? Can you make it a bit straighter? With every exhale, draw the left knee, left tiptoes towards your chest. So you're getting a really deep stretch into the back of that left leg. Maybe closing the eyes to soften the left leg. So use the exhales to bring that softness into the left leg. Trying to surrender into that left leg a little bit more if you can. Okay, so we're going to start to take this left leg over to the right. So just slowly guiding the left leg over to the right hand side. It might be a centimetre, it might be an inch, you might go all the way. You just want to feel a bit of a different stretch. Just going to bring it more into that IT band. Might be quite a strong stretch. I'm going to stay here for another 3, 2, and 1. Coming back to the centre. This time we're taking it out to the left, but before we go to the left hand side, you need to bring your leg up and over. So it's kind of coming up towards your chest and then out to a diagonal. That is going to make the movement in the hip socket a little bit easier. You might not go very far here. It might just be about a centimetre. You might have super flexible hips, super flexible hamstrings, and be able to bring that left foot all the way down to the ground, but try not to force it. If it feels painful, don't go there. Keeping the shoulders soft. We'll stay here for another 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, bring that left leg up to the chest. With your exhale, can you start to lift your chest up to that left leg? Draw your left knee a bit closer towards your nose if you can. Hold it here for 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Bend the left knee. Release the left leg. Bringing your back onto the ground. We'll swap sides. So place the left sole of the foot flat onto the ground. Bring the left knee into the chest. Draw that right knee in. Just start to make a couple of circles from left to right with that right knee. And then when you're ready, option 1, grab the strap. Option 2, grab hold behind the right thigh, right shin, right calf, or 2 piece fingers come onto the inside of the right big toe. Inhale in to extend that right leg up to the sky. Again, making sure that your tailbone hasn't started to lift, that lower back is anchored into the ground. Option to stay here or extend that left leg out long. Use the left hand to press the left thigh or the left hip into the ground. So we'll stay here for 3 deep breaths. You might find one side's a bit tighter than the other. Your stronger side's probably a bit tighter. So with those inhales, can you lengthen? Can you straighten the right leg? Feel free to keep a bend in that right knee if there is any tension. And with your exhales, creeping the toes a little bit closer towards the chest. Okay, from here, slowly start to bring the right leg over to the left-hand side. If you've got a strap, I should have mentioned this, if you've got a strap, you might just want to swap hands, be passing the strap to the left hand instead as you draw over to the left. Just feeling how the stretch changes as you move that leg over. Keep the left leg active here as well, so keep flexing the left foot. Inhale, come all the way up to center. We'll take it one more time to the right hand side. Inhale, lift the right knee up and out to our diagonal if you've got the space. So we're taking it out to the right hand side, opening up that right hip. You might only find it moves an inch, it might move all the way down to the ground. We're trying to let that left hip bone rock, so you don't want to rock over onto the right hand side here. Keep breathing. We'll hold it here for another 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, bring that right knee all the way up to the center. As you exhale, start to peel your chest up towards your right leg. Can you bring it a bit closer towards your nose? Holding it here, use those abs for 3, 2, and 1. Relax, bend the right knee. Bring your chest down to the ground. We are coming into Shavasana. So take any last movements you want to take before your Shavasana. Give yourself a hug. Take a couple of twists. Take a happy baby if you want to, so knees into chest. Arms come on the outside of the feet. Sorry, arms come on the inside of the legs, hands come on the outside of the feet. Just take in any movements, any stretches, any positions that you want to take before Shavasana. We're going to be in Shavasana for about 3 or 4 minutes. So if you do want to take a longer Shavasana and you've got the time, feel free to do so. If your Shavasana doesn't feel comfortable laying down on your back, you're more than welcome to come into a cross-leg position instead and just take a seated meditation to finish. When you're ready, deep exhale out, let it all go. Then do that one more time. All the love in, breathe it in. Breathe it out, let it all go. Closing the eyes. And just letting the body become completely heavy. Finding stillness for this next couple of minutes. Whenever you're ready, just start to bring your attention back to the space that you are in. Just start to take a couple of deep breaths. So keep the body exactly as it is. Just start to deepen the breath. Rocking the neck gently from left to right, just feeling into that spine, feeling into the neck. And then starting to wake up the body, wiggling fingers, wiggling toes. With an inhale, coming into a long pencil stretch, hands come up overhead, take the legs out long. As you exhale, draw the knees into the chest, give yourself a hug, coming into a little ball, giving yourself a little rock from left to right, just finding that massage of the lower spine into the ground. And then either coming straight up into a seat or coming through your child's pose, fetal position on your side. Just finding your way up to a comfortable seat. Finding length in the spine, sitting up nice and tall. Draw the crown of the head up to the sky. Shoulders come up to the ears. Roll them all the way down and back. Bring the palms together at the heart center. Bow the chin down to the chest. Thank you so much for showing up and joining me live or not live this evening. Rest of Wednesday and a fabulous weekend and a fabulous heatwave Friday if it happens. Namaste. As always, let me know if you've got any questions. I'll be here next week and I'll hopefully see you then. Thank you so much.